RSL Nation!
Hi.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Episode 98.
It's true. Good morning, good
Ooh.
afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you listen. Welcome. Hey,
What's up? What's up, brother?
oh, what's up, brother, to you? What, what is that? Tell me what it is. Nope, I can't. Why did you help me out? Anyways, hey guys, how are you guys?
Hi.
You guys don't remember that
I I,
YouTube
I I
clip?
do know what you're talking about.
Well, they'll
It's
tell me what is it?
it's the what's up, brother. That's literally
Oh,
what he does. That's all he does is what's up, brother.
what's up,
Oh
brother?
gosh. But I'm
Uh,
not your brother.
you are our brother in soccer.
Nah.
Um, guys, welcome to another episode of the RSL Bros. We are glad you are here. We don't want you to be anywhere else except for here. That sounds a little selfish, but we're glad that you're here. Um,
hmm
we do have a lot to talk about, like always, because we love
Ooh.
soccer. Um,
Ooh.
but I guess I will give a brief outline of what we're going to talk about. But before I give the brief outline, I just remembered I wanted to ask you guys this question.
Oh.
I I never have a chance to answer the questions that we put out on social media sometimes or some of the posts. So I wanted to ask you, as well as myself, um, about the RSL cafeteria. Who would you all sit
Oh.
with?
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me
Ooh.
go
Let
back.
me.
Let me go back.
Let's go.
Open up the picture really quick.
Yeah. Take a look at the picture because actually there were some answers that I was like, yeah, I totally get it. I can't put all 250 RSL players in our history, or I don't know how many have been in our history, to be honest. But there are some players that were left off. There are some players that people obviously all agreed on, or mostly agreed on. There were some laughs at one specific player. I don't know if you guys can guess who that player.
Oh. Oh. I can see the player. I mean, I think the obvious answer I I'll give a top two
Top two tables or top two players?
table.
Okay.
I mean, obviously the front and center, Javi, Ramondo, Beckerman. I've met Beckerman before. Incredibly nice dude.
Hmm.
Actually, I've met all three of those guys. Actually, met Beckerman, met Nick um, at a watch party. Actually, and then I met Javi at the Copa America Centenario, the opening game of Argentina versus Chile. The first time they played, said what's up to him at the fan store. So
Oh,
that was really cool. Uh,
Small
but
world. Small world.
but otherwise, I will sit with Nat Borchers and Everton Luiz.
Everton, Luis. What?
Yeah,
That,
I'll
that,
sit with
that's
those two.
I
Yeah.
haven't heard that answer yet, so that's a interesting one.
is that Everton? I
No,
think
that's
that's
It
a
a
looked.
lot.
Oh, I thought it was.
no, that's
That's a lot.
Olave.
That's Olave.
Oh, even still, I would totally sit down with Nat Borchers and Olave. Like, I have such mad respect for those two players.
Oh yeah.
The the player I think that's missing from that table specifically is Ned Grabavoy.
Yeah, I heard that one a couple of times.
But
Yeah,
I'm a Ned Grabavoy fan. I
it's all
thought
right.
he was a quiet, powerful performer for our team back in the day.
Oh yeah.
That
Marcos?
that is a good table that Christian chose. I'm gonna have to go with Dunny,
Mm.
Damir, and Yura. That is
Really?
a that's a classic table because I want to talk about why RSL fans love them so much and what they love so much from playing here.
Hmm.
Honestly, Dunny is one of the best RSL people I've ever met. He is fantastic.
Oh yeah. No doubt. That's why he always comes back and
Mm.
does the commentary, and that's why he loves being here. That's why he lives here. I mean, heck. But I'm gonna I'm gonna go maybe a little bit off the track, and I would like to sit at the table with Jason Christ, Clint Mathis, Eddie Pope, and Andy
Ooh,
Williams.
that's a good one.
That's a solid table right there.
Those are legends.
They are. They
Uh,
are.
and I can't say maybe like legends, but they definitely have a lot of experience in the U.S. soccer world. So,
Oh yeah.
um, also, I want to make sure everyone is aware that we are currently watching the Monarchs play against El Farolito. They are in the 89th minute, so if you have been watching, it's been pretty intense. So If one of us interrupts something because of something happening, that's how it goes, right?
Yep.
So tonight's topics are we're gonna go over the Houston match, give our thoughts on that. Um, we are gonna talk about what's coming up this next Saturday. Not just the game, but other bits of news that have come up. We're gonna go over also some U.S. soccer news that's actually pretty big. We're gonna probably
Hmm.
maybe give some hot topics. We're
Hot
gonna
takes.
hot takes. Hot Topic is where I shopped at. No, can you imagine me shopping at Hot Topic?
Here's Alan with
You're not goth enough, man.
No, I'm
You're not
not.
heavy enough. You couldn't handle heavy music, dude.
No, I couldn't handle your music. It's true.
Wimp. Ah.
Um, then we're gonna get into the preview of the the game versus Dallas this next weekend, and then obviously because if you are still here, that means you are probably waiting for your Instagram question to be answered. Um, so we love you, and so we want to answer your questions and give our opinion. So with that, let's dive into this Houston game. Christian, give us your take on our lineup, the initial thoughts. Give it to me.
I think the lineup was good. One of the biggest changes that I think that was needed from what we last discussed. Glad Vera, center backs together. That's that's a solid lineup in our center backs. Bodie did a great job on the right wing, and Sam Junqua did fantastic on the left wing. Um, Giogo back in his natural 10 position, which I think was good, and
All right.
especially with Diego Luna on the left wing, which he is more natural there. I assume he's going to play there for the U.S. men's national team if he plays at all this weekend. Um, and then out of Houston, honestly, credit to Houston for this lineup. This is a dangerous lineup, right? With Ponce up top, Bassi right behind him, Nico Lodero on the right hand side, uh, Dorsey on the right wing. That right hand and Archer, that right hand side of Houston is absolutely dangerous, as we saw. Um, and can I just say, Iwodesso needs a better picture on FODMAP. He looks like he's 4.
Yeah, seriously, I was looking, I was like, Awadesu, you need to get an updated picture.
He,
Holy cow.
I don't think Iwodesso is shaved in that picture ever.
If 23 years old, yeah, he hasn't shaved. That's
So,
funny.
but I honestly lineups are solid. Houston just had an unfortunate night, especially with the second half. Um, RSL locked it down. I'm happy. And and for prediction time, I had the right goal differential. So do I? Do I?
We still
well, I'll give you a point.
out of 1 point.
No, coming next week, I'll make the standings of who's in what place right now for prediction time.
I'm holding you to it. I'm holding you to it. Marcus, your thoughts?
So this is our first win in Houston since 2018. So this is big time. So can we get a little dance for that? Whoop whoop. Also, I think we have Houston's number when it comes to scoring fast goals. We'll go back in time really quick. So we have the fastest away goal in team history against Houston. Of course, Javier Morales scored that.
Oh,
Fastest
that was so nice.
fastest home goal in RSL history, also against Houston. Corey
What?
Baird. Yeah,
That's right.
What?
Corey
So,
Baird. Corey Baird scored the fastest home goal against Houston. It was 34 seconds. Sorry,
and the away one, let's see.
15 seconds.
I thought it was 13. Anyways, it's in
Something.
the teens.
But the lead up for that goal by Diogo, fantastic, fantastic. Um, Fans have been asking game after game. He's our DP. He's our DP. Why hasn't he scored yet? Ask and you shall receive. The man listened to everybody.
Now, all right, let's dive into individual performances. Okay. Um, did Diogo play the way we want him to play, expect him to play? I mean, is he ha, have we forgiven him of his sins?
Maybe partially, not fully, partially. He had a good first half, and then just like all of RSL, they kind of fell off in the second half.
I'm 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 still
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on him not playing very much defense. But that's probably just him, and that's not something we're used to. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Peel. Peel's second game in a row starting. Um, Christian, what are your thoughts on Peel? Because I don't know.
I think we're getting back into the same issue that I've brought up last week and the week before. We're sitting with no starting striker and playing a sec, and we've got two guys tied for second string. And Pure, unfortunately, and it's just due to lack of development. It's nothing about Pure's skill. Every striker struggles at some point. We were talking right before we started recording about how about Julian Alvarez is likely going to be starting for Argentina here this weekend, and even he struggled when he first got into the scene. So I think it's just because Pio and Ajago are still developing as strikers that we kind of see kind of mediocre performances where, they were dominant. Where I mean, Pio was dominant down in Australia, and
Now, I'm gonna pull a me with Marcos, but I'm gonna do it with you, Christian. I don't know if Peel was actually dominant in Australia. I mean, I think
mm,
we got him
he did
on
well.
one goal in 3 games, I think.
And
Um,
I think with Pio and Iago, I think fans are expecting too much. Like, yes, there are
Yeah.
these mid-level players. Like Iago came off the bench for Nashville, had a couple of goals. Pio, like you just said, only a couple of goals in a few games. So they're just mid-level. Once we have that diamond in the rough, that signing of a nine, whenever it comes, that hopefully a DP, then that will fill in the gap, and then Iago and Pio will be fighting for that second spot.
But do we want a diamond in the rough?
we want a diamond.
We
We
want a
want
diamond.
Yeah,
We want to
because
shine bright like a diamond. Like,
yeah, seriously. 'Cause I get the whole diamond in the rough thing. I get the whole trying to find a treasure for really cheap. We found it with Gomez, I think, and obviously with the huge profit that we got off of him. Um, we I think we I think we cheapskated whatchamacallit, Chivas with Fidel Barajas.
Yeah.
I
he
think
was already back in the U.S. playing.
yeah. I think we've found some. I just think that's what the scouting team I think that's their mantra. They want to try to find that instead of just going out for the obvious ones. And I think to be quite honest, Peel, I think we grabbed him underdeveloped. I think
Mhm.
I don't think he was a good grab in my opinion.
Yeah, I could see that. I
But
guess
he's not bad.
no, no. I I would rather see him come off the bench because when we've seen Iago start, he's produced more. He's not afraid to have those one-on-ones, take chances. Whereas Pure, I don't know, I see maybe nerves, just still trying to get acclimated to the league and the speed of things.
Mm. I don't know. It's obvious that we're missing a good nine.
For sure, for sure.
Everyone is expecting a DP9. To be
I
honest,
guess
I'm starting to think that maybe it's not going to be a DP9. I think our DP is going to be somewhere else.
who knows? Who knows? I guess speaking of, I guess diamonds in the rough, Diego Luna, goal and a hockey assist in this game. And I think we've said it before, and I think this is huge. Without Luna, this team is nothing in the attack. And it showed because he helped big time on both the goals, and he was in the right place at the right time for that amazing header for that second goal. And him going away this weekend is gonna kick us in the butt.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's just the right place, right time. It's just that his movements are correct.
Hmm.
Luna, I think is starting to find his groove a little earlier than the past 2 seasons. I'm glad he's starting to find it now in March and that he's getting these opportunities with the national team. But this is gonna kill RSL for this weekend, I think. We'll get into it later, but you're right. Luna's movement, Luna's played this game, saved RSL. I literally saved RSL. Um,
Yeah.
there's a couple of people with arms in the air with Bodie. Uh, a lot of people don't like Bodie at the right back. Do you guys think the same? Tell me.
No, I
I like him.
I think he's not great, but he's been decent for us on the right back. So
I think he's found more of his stride as a right back compared to as a right winger, which is ironically what we see happening to Timothy Weah over in Juventus. He started as a right winger and now he's playing as a right back. Yeah,
Really?
check it out.
hmm,
Yeah.
I did not know
Mhm.
that.
And Bodie Hidalgo comes across as, if I'm going to compare him to a national team player, not saying he's at that level, but if I were to compare him to it, he's Timothy Weah.
Interesting, interesting.
Definitely gonna look this up right now because, well, Bob does have right back as a possibility. But you're saying that he played right back recently?
Yeah.
I'm looking it up. Fiorentina. Let's see. Oh, come on. Don't you love it
I
when you
don't I don't know if he
Oh,
started.
it's yeah, he did. Started right back. What the
Why
heck?
you doubt me?
Never doubt Christian.
I mean,
Never.
it's not that I
No, doubt
doubt
me at
you.
time to time.
It's not that I doubt you. It's just I needed to see it to believe it. I mean, but and also Weston McKennie is at the right wing too. That's that's usually not normal, but who knows? FOMOB's been wrong before. Anyways, we're talking RSL game. I'm not talking about Juventus. um, so
Bodie.
Bodie, that's right. Interesting. And I have some thoughts about Bodie for this Dallas game too.
Mm.
You'll like it.
Mm.
You're gonna like the way I think. I guarantee it.
Thanks,
So
Mr. Mac.
moving into our subs that we saw in the second half, once again, this is another game ever since the Herediano game. No Lachlan, and it's still a head scratcher. Nobody knows what's going on. We saw other players come onto the field. Obviously, Pablo, Iago, Palacio, Wolf, but another game of no Lachlan Brook.
You know, I'd be curious to ask Pablo what he sees in Tyler Wolf's development to play him over Lachlan Brook.
Are they the same age?
They're similar. I'm not sure about
Uh,
exact.
Wolf is 22, while Lachlan is
24.
24.
Interesting. Hmm. I don't know. That's a very interesting question to ask because if I were to have my preference, I would prefer Lachlan with the amount of effort that he's been putting in, the amount of from when he played, amount of chances that he created, the chemistry that he had.
Mhm.
Tyler Wolf puts in a shift. I don't see a lot of connection. It almost seems like he's on his own little island. Do you guys see something different? Because I literally
No.
when Tyler Wolf enters the game, he plays decent. He plays his part, but
Yeah.
I don't see him uh, jiving with others. I don't see him. I don't know.
From the few games that we've seen from Lachlan, from I guess the stint in preseason to the two games in Herediano, I saw a burst of life. I saw that connection that we need. And then I guess Pablo didn't see the same thing. He was like, "Yeah, I'd rather see Tyler Wolf get more minutes." And that's what really worries me going into the Saturday game. Obviously, when we get time, because we're going to be without two key midfielders in Luna and Dominic. So
Yeah. Yeah, and they're big ones too. And the fact that Lachlan was the only midfielder attacking player that did not get subbed on to this game, I
mhm.
mean, easily, they could have subbed off Diogo. And I think if subbing off Diogo, we probably would have saved ourselves a heart attack the last 10, 15 minutes.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because Lachlan, I think we're all Lachlan Brook fans now, I think, from what we've seen.
I
Last
wouldn't call myself a fan. All right.
last season was
He
Dominic. This season's Lachlan.
so he puts in the work defensively too. He's not afraid to get back and fight for
Yeah.
the ball, which is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking for, especially if we know that Diogo is not going to play defense and we need people back the last 10, 15 minutes, why not sub him out? I mean, this isn't again, I don't know if this is a contract thing where he has to play a certain amount of games, 90 minutes, I don't know. But if you need to change your strategy, I think that's the strategy you change is taking out Diogo and putting in a player that's willing to play defense. And no, I'm not saying put in a defender. I'm putting in Lachlan because he hustles, He plays offense, he plays defense.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah.
I hate that you guys agree with me, but I love it at the same time. um, stat wise, this is a was a we'll call it an unusual game because usually RSL is heavier on the possession side. We got beat out on the possession side, but what I'm starting to like lately is the amount of shots that we have. I remember multiple times last season, especially when Chicho, Gomez, and all them were out, we would have single digit shots games, and we'd be like, "Where's our offense? Who's gonna be our producing offense if Chicho's out? Whatever." Um,
5 shots on target.
on
5 shots.
on target.
Yeah.
Um, 10 shots. I mean, granted, we just barely got over that threshold, but the fact that and you guys, if you guys want to, while I'm rambling, check this out. I don't know how many shots we have every single game, but I'm pretty sure we have not gone below double digits this season. So therefore, it's almost like the attack has increased, the quality of the attack has not. But when it comes to soccer, I think quantity will result into numbers, not so much quality. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. The passes again, a lot of I think that's what killed us in the second half was
Hmm.
the just passing around on the backside. um, because really we didn't do much in the second half to be quite honest. In fact, that's the biggest complaint from what I've been hearing from a lot of fans is that the second half was just blah. We just dropped off. But do you know who stepped up? Cabral. Again.
Mm.
Can we just give him man of the match every single match?
I was gonna say,
He's such a good signing.
the man puts the team on his back, and he's only been playing for less than 10 games. Like he is a beast in the net.
But but seriously, he's like I don't know. He's earned his respect already. And what are we, 4 games in?
Yeah, yeah. So
The one thing I do want to commend though is that RSL did come out on the front foot at the beginning of this game.
Mhm.
That's one thing that obviously we were not used to. We already talked about the early goal, and I think that early goal led to a lot of confidence in the beginning, which led to us being on the front foot in terms of the attack. Um, the the passes, because I always like to look at passes. Passes didn't show it, but the fact that we had more chances than they did, obviously we had more goals than they did.
I
Um,
think I think the VAR offside definitely helped with the confidence for
Oh my
ooh,
RSL.
gosh.
That
oh,
That's
was huge as well because I think if that goal did stand for Houston, I think the confidence level for us would have kind of plummeted.
yep.
We would have kind of been.
that was 2-1 for them at that
Uh-huh.
point.
It
Correct.
was.
Correct.
Ooh. Now, throwing this out there, your guys' opinion, offside or not?
Yeah, it was. It was definitely.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
You?
I could see the letter of the law being interpreted. Yes, letter of the law. I
Spirit of the law?
I hate that law. I hate it. It's like I understand it, but I don't like it. But I
Meh.
understand it.
Meh.
Um, but yes, I agree that without that VAR being reversing that goal, I think what minute was that in, by the way?
I
It was about
mean,
25th, something like that.
I'm pulling up highlights right now.
Okay. Because literally if that goal stood, I think we would have crashed at that point because um we had if you're about right in the minute, about 25th minute, we started having momentum right after that. And and I think that's what helped us survive
Hmm.
because um I don't think RSL had the greatest of games. They did what was needed in order to get the 3 points.
Oh yeah,
And
it was a scrappy game, and we'll take it. We'll take this 3 points that's much needed. First time in 7 years that we've gotten a victory in Houston.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a good game, good 3 points. We move on. And so do we. We're gonna move on. We saw the that Dominic got subbed out 57th minute. Luna got subbed off a little bit, well, a lot of bit later, 20 minutes later. Um, I don't know if it had anything to do with their call-ups, but they got subbed out, no injuries. That means they're going off to camp for their respective countries.
Hmm.
Um, what do you guys think about their call-ups? First off, we'll talk about the effects later, but what do their call-ups mean?
I'm excited for Luna. He gets to play with the senior team guys who get obviously tons of playing time for the national team. But like we've said in past episodes, who knows if he's going to get a lot of playing time tomorrow and this weekend because he could maybe see 10, 15 minutes, which is not great where we need him. Yeah,
I,
5 minutes.
I
Yeah,
think,
5 minutes.
yeah, I don't think he's gonna see any, but
Oh, which really sucks. It's more of just a development time and to train with these older guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree. I think uh both both Dominic and Luna's appearances last time on their national teams. Dominic's I think was in October, November. When was it?
Something
When
like that.
when he scored that goal. I think that's
Hmm.
a huge confidence booster. The fact that when he gets called up to the first team, gets to play alongside Lewandowski,
I mean,
national hero.
he got scrappier after that game. If you after that stint, if you remember, he came back and people were like, he started like to chirp off at people and just like because he was quiet before. And all of a sudden
Mhm.
he's coming back and like, all right, calm down, Dominic. You're gonna get in trouble. Like,
Yeah, no, no, legit, and I think that's what we had hoped for a lot of these players when they go see their national teams when they. But in fact, maybe not changing subjects, keeping staying the same way. But do you know who else performed a lot better after going with their national team? Thinking of
McAnally,
no, beginning of last season, beginning of 24.
Beginning of 24.
Andres Gomez.
Oh,
Gomez, if you guys,
Mm.
if any of you guys remember, when I took my trip to Argentina, I ran into him in Panama because
Right.
he was on his way back, he was on his way home for the off season because he just played with the Colombian national team after RSL left, dropped out of the playoffs. Um, After that, he got called up again for the February camp for
Hmm.
was it the U20s or was that the previous season? I can't remember. But he played again for the national team, and after that with RSL, boom, it was just lights out. So that's what we expect out of these things. And I think the past couple times for Luna has been kind of meh, but I think this time, I think this is the one.
And let's be fair. The last time he broke his nose and had to get his face reconstructed.
true,
So that
true.
that's gonna slow anybody down, even you, Alan.
No, no, I mean, my big nose is pretty big, so.
No,
But
I'm excited for this opportunity for both these players to gain that confidence to for this learning opportunity from players like Lewandowski, from Pulisic, from all these star players to just get it all in.
yeah, and the last time, maybe I'll move on from this after this, but the last time Luna played really well, immediately coming back from a national team camp tournament game or whatever, was I think when he came back from the U20 World Cup. He
Mhm.
had
Hmm.
that summer where he just went lights out. Um, I hope that we get something similar after this camp, and hopefully with future camps. But um, yeah, keep that in your mind that we're losing Luna and Dominic this weekend. Um, Possibly not. I'm not throwing any bad juju, but possibly the following weekend as well because of recovery or possible they're possibly tired or whatever. So, um, is that a penalty for El Farolito? Sorry, guys.
Hmm.
I got distracted. That's not good.
Penal,
Um,
penal.
really? It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's actually he might have done it right outside the box.
Oh, yellow card, red card. Oh, we got a red card.
For that, is that Kobe
Red
Henry?
Kobe Henry with the red card.
I don't know. I thought
Yep,
that's who he challenged.
yep.
Anyways, guys, we have speaking of this game, to be quite honest. Let's talk about there is a new soccer league coming to the United States of America. Are you ready for this?
Lay it on me. Lay it on me.
Yeah, you guys already know. For those that haven't heard, USL is now been. I guess we'll scratch it up to a. They are a Division One status now with U.S. Soccer because MLS is not recognized by U.S. Soccer as a league per se. They're
Hmm.
not recognized in the U.S. pyramid. There we are. And so therefore, this and I'm doing this as basic as it comes. So there's going to be three divisions. First division has, I forgot how many teams. Someone listed it out. I think like 20 teams. The second division has 14 teams, and the third division will have hundreds of teams broken down into their different regions.
Whew.
Yeah, don't ask me how anyone goes up to the second division. I haven't researched that far yet. But this means Pro Rel is coming to the United States for the
It's
very
about
first time.
it's about damn time.
It's I
In a
guess
minute.
that's it. That's I was thinking the same thing when he's like, it's about that. Um, I need you guys to let me know what you guys are thinking because having a Division One or not, sorry, a Pro Rel system now in the United States, does that change what you guys are thinking?
So here's the thing. I think it's a good idea. However, I think it's too late because they've got some things that are going against them to make the league more competitive than MLS. Number one, the establishment of the teams in MLS. MLS is in every major city and is highly recognized as a brand.
Yeah.
So for them to be really successful, they're going to have to compete against MLS teams that have millions of followers. Now, a lot of the USL teams have a lot of followers too, but it's not at the same level. Like, there's a reason that these teams were considered a lower tier for the U.S. Open Cup when everybody participated. So they, so that does that mean they're going to establish new teams in less populated cities? Like, is that like what's that going to look like? I think, and they're also going to run into a lot of funding issues because as much as we as soccer fans love promotion relegation, I don't think that advertisers within the United States are going to love promotion relegation because how many of them are going to want their brand associated with a team that drops from the first division to the second division or second into third division, which means those teams are going to lose funding and it's just going to be difficult.
Well, Christian makes some good points. I'm kind of the same way. Like I like the idea. We've been wanting it for so long. I feel like with these players, it's going to make it so they take their jobs a little bit more seriously to want to bump up to the top level because if they don't, they're going to drop down to the lowest level. They're going to lose fans. They're going to lose all these people wanting to put butts in seats. So it's I don't know. I'm mixed here.
Well, I'm gonna keep you guys mixed because here's some questions that I saw on Twitter on X, and they had me thinking. Um, us three, we are huge supporters of Pro Rel because of what we've seen in other leagues. We're super fans
Hmm.
of other leagues, and it makes it for a much enjoyable experience, in my opinion. Now, if, and this is a huge if Utah gets a team or two, you name where, I don't care, Provo, Ogden, I get another one in the Salt Lake Valley. If one of those teams opens up and becomes part of this whole tier, this whole
Hmm.
pyramid, would you go and support it because you are a fan of Pro Rel?
I'd maybe go out to a few games to go check out the environment, see what they're like. But I don't know. I would have to. They would have to be consistently good for me to
And
maybe
see,
want to.
that's one of the things that someone got super pissed about. It's because, yeah, y'all just are gonna go out there and support them for one or two games because only if they're good you're gonna go see them. But but if they're your team, what if let's
For
put it
sure.
this way: if RSL being the only club in Utah in the state was part of this tier, you would go out and support them. All right. But now we have there's cities, we know cities that have multiple teams, multiple clubs, and you have to divide your loyalty to a club. Would you tie your loyalty because of your fandom of Pro Rel to that club, or would you stay RSL?
What one feature is not enough to make me a fan of the team. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But these would be two completely different leagues. Real Salt Lake would not play against, Salt Lake City United or whatever this potential team would be, which means I could be a fan of both teams and not feel bad about it.
I can see that. That's I can see it. Um, yeah, I can be a fan of. Well, actually, no, I can't because they're all in the first division together. Never mind. I. um, but I can see your point too. I think I think I would be in that boat. I would support that other team wherever it is in Utah. I would support them the heck out of them because of Pro Rel. I would want them to succeed because I want them to be the best, and that's how they move up. Whatever.
Well,
Whereas,
like mentioned already, I think by Christian, I think Idaho got announced that they're going to be getting a team. So that's really cool because Idaho does.
really,
What?
Yeah, yeah.
What? What are they, the Spud Kickers?
No, Idaho's on the list of getting a team, which is really cool because so it just
prove yourself. Prove yourself. I need to know.
prove
Actually,
myself.
Christian's gonna do it for you.
They're gonna be in Boise.
What? That means we have to have another one nearby. There
Give me
has
the
to be a rivalry.
give me the Ogden Kickers.
No,
No.
they already had
No. It
Ogden.
it has to be in the Salt Lake Valley.
It has to be. I don't know. We can actually put out a poll. What would your USL team be named, and where would you locate it? That'd be a good one.
That
Um, I don't know. I really think though. Go to Christian's point. I think it could
The,
be in less populated areas.
the Salt Lake Soakers.
No. That's not that hasn't been funny since someone made that joke about the hockey team. It's not funny.
Gee
It
whiz. Um, I mean, it could just be the Salt Lake Salters.
or just Salt Lake City FC, Salt Lake City United,
You could be Utah Soccer
F
Club,
FC Utah,
SC Utah.
SC Utah.
No, but I wonder if how many people would support a local club that is within the uh pro rel realm. Um, I personally would go out and support to the best of my abilities. I would definitely support from home. I would support the best that I could. Um, just because I think pro rel is a really good stepping stone to great soccer in a country. Unfortunately, it will battle up against um, the MLS, and I wonder who's going to take the hit. And I think the hit's going to be on the USL side,
Agreed.
unf unfortunately.
Because MLS is an established brand. Yes, we give it its fair criticisms, but overall it's a good league.
It's a
It's
it's
it's got its like I said, it's got its deserved criticisms. It has to, but every
it's a
every league like
league.
that does.
It's a league that can't fail.
That's
And
true.
that's a criticism of it.
Yeah, and which it we don't want to see it fail because we want to keep seeing soccer. So that's all I got on this one. I don't think I got any more opinions. Marcos, do you have any other opinions? I saw you biting your tongue.
I'm just enjoying this. This game's getting really chippy. So
Oh, okay. Keep enjoying it. They are in the second overtime right now, 109th minute. Just so everyone is aware. What
The
at what
Monarchs are
point?
down to 10 men.
Yes, Monarchs are down to 10 men thanks to Kobe Henry getting a red card in the first half of extra time. So, um, oh yeah, that was our update. Great job, guys. I thought the game was going to be over by then. We would have something to talk about. But actually, I do want to mention some things. Um,
I do like the way that the Monarchs are playing without Gozo and Aiden, which is very impressive because obviously those two are off to international duty. So the fact that other players can step up is very nice to see. It's cool that Kobe Henry got the call up. Unfortunately, he got the red card, which sucks for them. So
Yeah, what's him I call it? What's him I call it? Noel Kaliskin
Hmm.
was also playing. He captained the team,
Hmm.
before I think he's already subbed out. But what I did want to mention was the youth. I mentioned I tweeted out earlier this week about a youth system in Argentina that I think has been baller at producing really good talents, such as Julian Alvarez, Enzo
Hmm.
Fernandez, and heck, Claudio Echeverri, who signed with Manchester City. He's a 18-year-old
Yep.
as well. And now they have a player, Franco Mastantuono, a 17-year-old who's right now his buyout clause is $49 million. 17 years old. Uh,
Jeez.
the kid just scored tonight in what would be Argentina's U.S. Open Cup, so the Argentina Cup. He scored tonight as well. So it led me to think why, and I remember for the longest time, RSL has touted they having the best academy or one of the best academies in the country, facility wise, structure wise, and I don't know. I have the past 10 years, actually, no, I'll reduce that. The past 5 years, we have not seen a lot of academy products getting minutes. Um, before I think
It's true.
we had Aaron Herrera. Was he homegrown? Aaron Herrera?
We had Justin Glad, we had
Wait,
Bodie, we
right.
had
I mean, Bodie Hidalgo right now is
Brooks
one,
Lennon.
but
Brooks Lennon.
I think we have a lot more that have a lot more to offer. Oh, that's a penalty. Come on. Oh, do you guys see that too?
I'm
Ye
I'm behind. Stop giving spoilers away.
Yep, he just called the
catch
penalty.
catch up your
Yeah, catch up your
stream.
YouTube. Um,
Okay, fine.
looks like a penalty for El Farolito in the 112th minute. That's unfortunate. But speaking of this game, the youth in this game, there's a couple ones that I want to mention. Obviously, Owen Anderson, he's great.
Oh.
Marquez, I think
Hmm.
he played lights out. But there are a couple that have seen or have been on the bench for RSL lately that I'm like, I still don't see him breaking, like Tommy Silva. I don't see him breaking into RSL right now because of the investments that we've made. But people like Owen Anderson, I think he can break in and give people like Tyler Owen, like Lachlan Brook, a run for their money. A run for their money. I'm not saying start over him. Marquez, he's a great winger. So
Hmm.
I wonder at what point does RSL start playing more academy players, more players that look like they're ready. I mean, heck, they haven't even they've played Gozo once, twice, a couple of times, um, and we've always been wanting him to play more. Not to mention Axel Kai. People have been asking for Axel Kai since he was 14 years old, but um, I
No,
don't
I'm
know.
I'm I'm right there with you, Alan. Like I agree. We have all this youth. We develop so much through our academy, but why are we putting that to waste? Because we see these talents like Aiden, we see Gozo going off to the national
Oh,
team.
that's right, Aiden. That's right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and they're doing so well. Like Aiden had 2 goals in the first game against PTFC two, and and what does he get? Nothing. Doesn't even get called up. Like I'm not saying that they would be starters, but at least give them that recognition to at least be on the bench for the first team.
Yeah, and I think this weekend would have been a great opportunity if it wasn't for them getting called up themselves.
Right.
So,
Agreed.
um, let's move on because I don't want to keep talking youth because well, I could talk all day. But let's uh-oh. Farolito goal.
Oof.
Oh,
That's it.
guys. I mean,
Well,
let's put a little stamp on this one. El Farolito is not a amateur club, a normal amateur club.
No.
They are full
No.
of former professional players from other countries.
South South America, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
so
gonna say, have you noticed how many r former players are playing in this Open Cup?
yeah,
A
there's a lot.
lot.
There's a lot. Yeah.
You got the retired MLS team that won tonight,
Yeah. Who was that?
the Sasha Kljestan team of Omaha.
Oh, Omaha. Nice.
Sasha Kljestan, shave your mustache and go back to retirement.
Go back to commentary at least. At least.
Hmm.
Yeah. There's also another clip by Alexi Lalas that I don't think we have time to talk about today. It was about playing out of the back. I hated it. Anyways. Um, all right, let's talk about this Dallas game. This Dallas game has some things that um some situations that obviously are uncomfortable for RSL, like the missing Diego Luna, missing Dominic Markchuk. We also have former players that
Anderson Julio.
yes, former players coming back. We have our own that's going to be facing his former team, and so let's talk about these situations. Mainly the Luna Dominic situation. Who is taking over their spots?
We'll start with Diego Luna. I could see a Tyler Wolf starting over there, unfortunately. Um,
Yeah.
and then, in my opinion, I think for Dominic, it pains me to say this, but I think it might be Bodie.
You think Bodie?
They've subbed him in for him before. It wouldn't surprise me.
Do you,
Because if we've seen so many games where Lachlan's not even coming off the bench, I could see Bodie getting the start, and then maybe Lachlan will come off the bench for him.
I wonder. Because I was playing around with the idea of maybe having Pablo Ruiz playing in there somewhere. I wonder because listen to this.
Wait.
May,
Okay.
wait,
I think I know where you're going.
hold up. So don't put in Tyler Wolf at left wing, Diogo at left wing, Pablo Ruiz at attacking mid, and
That's
then
exactly.
right wing. Think I think Tyler Wolf can play both, and that's a really big I think. Let me pull
It's
him up.
it's not terrible. It's not terrible.
I'm just saying if Pablo is so against playing Lachlan right now, oh nope, he's a straight left winger, so never mind. If he's so against playing Lachlan right now, as it seems, then our right wing is going to be our big question mark for this game. And Bodie has been in that position, but who else? Anyone?
That's that's about it. That's the only two players that we really have for the right side.
Bueller? Bueller? Because legit, I don't. You're not gonna put any of the defensive midfielders on that wing. Um, Everyone that could play is playing tonight. So you have like Omar Marquez, like I just mentioned. He
Hmm.
would be an excellent right winger in this position. This would give him the chance to step into the light. I mean, if I were to tell anything to Pablo right now, is that you're in a position right now that if you don't want to play Lachlan, bring in Omar Marquez. He's playing lights out right now for the Monarchs, and he is your right winger. But if that's not the case, then bring up another one. Owen Anderson, bring him up. I mean, I'm looking at the list right now, and we have them on our first team list. They're playing right now for the
Hmm.
Monarchs, and we don't have anyone else. Um, Legit, I'm looking over the forwards list right now. We have Lachlan Brook, Tyler Wolf, Dominic, Diego, Axel Kai, Gozo, Owen Anderson, Forster, Ari, and Aiden.
Yeah, that's really concerning because if one player gets hurt on that right wing, we are kind of screwed. We are really screwed. So yeah, it's gonna be one of those two, Hidalgo or Brook. But
Or do we maybe switch to a 4-4-2 and do both Peel and Ajago up top?
I know you really want to change this formation, but we're not changing the formation, man. This is Pablo Mastroeni we're talking about. I mean, if I were him, I would listen to you at that point because I think changing the formation would be.
Aw.
I know. Don't get used to it.
see if it I would have gone back to the diamond a long time ago. So
I don't know the diamond. We don't. We have. We don't have the right players for the diamonds. We have too many
Yeah.
defensive midfielders. That's our biggest issue right now. That's why we play the 4-2-3-1 is because we have four defensive midfielders. And that's why Pablo Ruiz is being kind of, I'll say, forced to play attacking midfielder because there's too many. He can't play any other position.
It's true.
That's
It's
true.
it's
That is the best reaction from Pablo is to do this. With the roster as it is right now, it's the perfect formation.
Yeah.
so with the lineup, do we see Sam Junqua get the start once again on the
Ooh,
left back?
that's another question mark because a lot of
Because
people.
he's obviously going against his former team. He'll know the attack of some of these players. So I don't know. I feel like he had a good game against Houston. Very very feisty.
Hmm.
There's some actually that would disagree that he didn't have the greatest of games. He was just meh. But to Christian's point, I think down that wing is where we had the Lodeiro, Arthur, and Dorsey. Which how much do you want your left back when they have that kind of right wing? How much do you want your left back moving up? Not that much. I honestly think that this lineup for the Houston lineup was meant to play more defensive,
Hmm.
and I think I mean I guess let's take a look at Dallas's last lineup. I mean,
They had Leggett on that side. They had Pedrino. They had Farfan. So
um, the last starting lineup. No, so their right wing, the other wing, Bretta, the other wing.
So you've got Shaq Moore, Farrington, Dramiro.
Um, I think we'd be good to play Catranis.
I agree.
I think if I were to at all make any criticism, I think Junko is not as attack minded as Catranis. And I think in this game with that kind of their right side, I think Catranis would be a good fit to offer more options in the attack, and especially when we need to be on the front foot. When you have attacking pieces like Musa and Acosta,
Oh,
you need to be on the front foot instead of defending because that's just basic. If you sit and park the Bucks, you're waiting for them to shoot it in the goal.
yep.
Acosta is one that will shoot from at any second. He can have the ball in between his legs, and all of a sudden, a shot just launches out of his legs.
and
Yep.
Um,
then to have a weapon like Anderson Julio off the bench is also very very scary. Player that Dallas will be without. I just saw this weekend. Their starting goalkeeper Martin Pas. He's going to be with the Indonesia national team.
Oh.
So they
Yes,
are
they
going to.
have a team, Alan.
They have a team. They have a team. So they will be using their backup keeper. Who is their backup keeper? Let's see here. Michael Colidi.
uh, well, all right. Um, Sounds interesting. Well, I'm actually interested to see how that rolls down. What I'm also interested in seeing is Dallas is on a two-game losing streak right now. And supposedly their defense looks decent. All right. But these last two games have just hit them hard, losing 3-1 to Chicago. Not good. And then 1-0 to obviously a league leading Vancouver. They're
Oh my
ridiculous.
gosh. Good for them.
Yeah. But Vancouver only losing by 1-0 means that Dallas had something going for them. And that's what kind of worries me is that Dallas is heavy on their front end, and I think they rely a lot on their attack, which
I mean,
means we need to have a really good defense.
I mean, we'd be silly to go into this game saying, "Oh, they're on a two-game losing streak. We've got this in the bag." Like that.
That's right.
That'd be silly.
Yeah. But what I'm seeing from Dallas, and I hope that we can all see this, is that they're not a heavy possession based team. They from the looks of it, they are a very much straightforward attacking team, which Lucho had that with Cincinnati. He grabbed the ball and would run. It's not a pass and build. It's a direct to goal. And with Lucho being the magician that he is, feeding Musa a striker that is good, that's what's dangerous. And that's what I hope that our midfield, again, we preach all the time our Ojeda and Nelly pairing. I think that they are key again to making sure that we don't lose this game. And
Ay, 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 ay.
speaking of
Tres.
losing, speaking of losing games, El
No,
Farolito, another goal.
no, but
And that's it.
going to your point, I think if our defense locks down, whether it's Gladbera, whether it's whoever is that center back pairing, if they shut down Acosta and Musa, then I think we're looking pretty. Because if one of those players is off, whether it's Musa or Acosta on Saturday, they're not going to be clicking because we haven't seen a consistent scoring by either of those players this season. They've been kind of off these first four games. So,
Yeah, I mean we're not total saints ourselves, so I mean we're gonna be struggling. I we could be struggling.
but I think with having Luna, with having Dominic out on Saturday, it's next man up. It's next man up to show to Pablo, show to the coaching staff, be like, hey, these guys are out. I'm fighting for my life for playing time, whether it's Wolf, whether it's Lachlan, whether it's Hidalgo.
All right. Well, with that, prediction time. Let's get into it. All right, Marcos, give us your prediction.
Like I said, this is going to be a tough game without Lachlan, with without Dominic, and without Diego. So give me a 1-1 draw for
All right.
Saturday.
1-1 draw. Christian.
I mm, I'm not sure, honestly, how I feel. I feel like we could either come out and dominate this game, which is possible if certain players step up, or we could crap the bed. So I'll be slightly optimistic here. I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win.
All right. I appreciate your optimism. Um, I think I think this one's going to be a difficult one, and because I think we're pretty on par with them. But I think we're in the same situation of if one or two players are missing or don't play well, then everything breaks down. So to Marcus's point, I hope that whoever steps up, and I think this is going to be a 1-0 win for RSL, and that's super positive. Got to stay positive because if we're going to be on this, we'll call it a up and down streak. At some point, we have to have start a streak. So
Mhm.
this Saturday is the start of our 2-game winning streak. How's about that?
Woo!
I like it, like it, like it.
Excellent. All right. The moment you've all been waiting for. Let's get into some questions. By the way, preface these questions with I didn't read a single one today. So you're getting my absolute virgin reaction.
I
I
All
like it.
right, that's a choice.
Woo!
I never read this question, so
Oh, then we always get your reaction. Okay, cool.
mhm.
Here we go. Question number one. Should the MLS install a penalty box just like hockey so fans can heckle the guys in when they're in the penalty box? I I, I I like this idea. I like this idea. This would be the
I
funniest thing.
mean, or we could just heckle the players without using vulgar language.
Ah,
Like, just be like,
vulgar language I'm fine with. It's the insulting, crossing the line language.
well, like you yell at Lucho Costa, "Hey, Lucho, I bet you drink orange juice after you brush your teeth, you bum." Stuff like that.
Uh,
Family friendly insults.
friendly, family friendly, and so that's funny. It kind of reminds me of I can't remember what's is it at the RSL games or someone else where it says, "Hey, keeper,
It's
you
all your
bum."
fault.
Oh, that's also that one. But well, the thing is, I know there's one fan. So here's a quick insider. If you've never been sitting around the midfield area, there's one fan that has the same seat every single year, right on the south side of the tunnel, right on the aisle, and he's the one that always yells at the fourth official. So The fourth official doesn't move very far, so it's almost like he's stuck in a penalty box. So we have one guy doing the fourth official. Why don't we have the rest of the fans doing the away fans or the away team? That's what I meant. Just saying.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
away team's not moving anywhere, so let's
They're
just
not they're not they're not going anywhere time soon. So
also the subs. We can do the subs. But yeah,
next
that's a funny idea.
that is. Next question. What is one rule change you'd like to see MLS adopt?
Ooh.
These are good questions tonight.
Like rule change that is in the pipe or that we would like to change. I mean, I'll take it ones that we would like to change that I've heard. Arsene Wenger's offside rule that he wants to implement is the the forward has to be a full body length. So that means
Mm.
the back foot of the defender has to actually clear the whole defender. The whole back foot of the forward, sorry, has to clear the whole defender before being called offside.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. Christian, do you have a rule change?
Hmm. Not really. I mean, I'd like to see Golden Ball come back. That'd be fun.
Oh, so like if it's all tied up, let's do a golden goal.
Why not? Americans would honestly probably think that's more exciting.
The penalty shootouts, the indoor
Oh,
soccer
that.
style.
Oh, those were something. I'm
That was
I'm
something.
glad I'm glad they got rid of those. But
What?
imagine if we went to a hey no draws in MLS, but you get I think it's a hockey rule or some sport. Somebody can comment and remind me what it is. 3 points for a win, or if you draw, you get 2 points for winning golden
Oh,
ball.
the
One
shootout.
point, 1 point for losing golden ball, and 0 points for a loss.
Yeah. All right. No, no. Yeah, I think.
And so there's a rule I'd like to change. There we
There,
go.
there we go.
No more actual draws. You play golden goal. Winner gets 2 points. Loser gets one.
I would maybe change your rule change with one more rule change, and I just do it with a PK shootout, not golden goal.
Fair.
My rule change, I would do hockey subs. So people are just going in and out, in and out, in
Oh,
and out.
that's the worst nightmare for a referee. Oh my gosh. You need like seven referees on the field. That's
Well,
ridiculous.
could you imagine 90th minute? You're just like, go, 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 go.
Can you imagine just subbing off the whole back line, putting in like four forwards? And so basically, you just want unlimited subs.
Absolutely. Why not?
Oh, geez. No, now we're going too deep into a rabbit hole. This is ridiculous. You guys are ridiculous.
Next question. If you could bring any player under the age of 25 to RSL, who would it be?
I have my list. Everyone's already heard the list.
Pick one.
You can only it's one player.
All right, here we go.
For me,
Please,
for me,
please
my
tell me.
my player who I'm bringing Enzo Fernandez.
Is he un
Enzo?
is he under 25 or like it has
He's
to be under
he
25 or 25?
under 25.
Um, and
He's
so
20 he's 24.
oh, he is 24. He just turned 24. I was gonna say Julian, but he just turned
No,
25.
he's 25. That does not
You
work.
Really?
you fact checked me before? You jerk. You knew I was gonna say that too.
I
Um,
did.
in fact, I'll go with who I mentioned tonight. No one knows him. Absolutely not. But Franco Mastantuono. I'm telling you, I've never seen a better winger slash center midfielder in quite a long time. Watch him.
You know who I'm gonna say? I'm not gonna go for an Argentine. I'm gonna be different.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Erling Holland. Why not?
Is he
He's
really still?
24,
He's 24. He is.
Well, can't
and
argue with you.
he, unlike Zlatan Ibrahimovic, he would dominate in MLS.
Ooh. Mm, I don't know. I'm actually starting to not like Holland.
Oh,
Huh.
I think he's overhyped for he took off from Bundesliga a little too early.
Mm,
Kind of like Andres Gomez leaving MLS a little too early.
weird. Actually, I quick little opinion. I don't think he left too early. I think Pep stayed too much. I think if he had
Ooh,
another coach, I think he could have kept his mojo.
fair.
There you go. Another question.
What changes would you make to the stadium if you had the power and budget?
What changes would I make to the stadium?
I
Um,
think for me, my big change that I would make is I would first connect the south end so it's all connected so there's no spaces, and then I'd make the upper deck so it kind of wraps around.
Mine's similar, except I would have
Yeah,
a full upper deck. I would close the stadium, full upper deck.
I'd
And
go
then
full dome.
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 Um, do you know what I would do? Is maybe a dome like in Europe, but not full dome. It's one of those that it
The
just cut.
nest.
Well, yeah, basically, it just covers all the stands and leaves the opening for the field.
Because I mean, if we went full dome, a dome I really like is BC Place.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is how you do a dome.
They domed it right.
They domed it right. They done domed it. Did dome. Did dome.
Oh my gosh, that's so dumb. That's so dumb.
That's so dome.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what's another one?
Next question. With Luna getting called up to the national team this weekend, do you think that European teams will be more interested in him? And does it increase the chance that he'll be gone by the end of the season?
Okay, I lied. I did see this question, and I had me thinking a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, that's an interesting question, and my first reaction is I don't think teams are going to be looking really closely at him, only because wait, who's the U.S. playing again?
They're playing
Panama?
Panama tomorrow.
Oh, that's Panama. And then if they win, they play again, right? Or is it just one game?
No, if they win, they play again for the final.
If they lose, they play again?
No,
Oh, oh
There's no
no,
no,
third
that
place.
no, there is no third place.
That's what I just said.
Oh, okay. So it is it's a one and done. Oh
Hmm.
shoot. All right. I don't think this is enough time for Europeans to take a look. I think if he's going to the national team, I think he already has eyes on him.
Hmm.
Where? I don't know. Europe? I don't know. But I think eyes are already on him. It's just how well he takes advantage of these opportunities and how well he plays with his club. I think the majority of the weight of someone else's opinion is going to be on his club performances, not his country performances.
yeah, coming off the bench for 5-10 minutes is not going to be enough for these teams in Europe. So if he was an actual starting this tomorrow's game against Panama, then it would be better for them to
But
get an idea.
it doesn't leave out the possibility that Pochettino has friends and slash contacts in Europe that he little throws the name of Diego somewhere where he could fit. Who knows? I can see it. Do you have
I
any more
don't see him.
questions?
I don't see him leaving before the end of the year.
Nah, he's not leaving. He's not leaving. In fact, we already heard that they're trying to keep him as like a one
As
of
long
the
as possible.
yeah, as long as possible as a franchise player. Um, I don't know how much he likes the idea. Who knows? I
I see him lasting at least a year. Maybe I could see them maybe squeezing a second year out of him
you think
after this
and
year.
maximum end of 26, at least end of 25.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could, depending on how he does, he could leave right after the World Cup.
And that again, summer transfer window. So I think he leaves in a summer transfer window to get the most money out of him.
Yep.
So if it's not this summer, it has to be next summer. If it's not next summer, guys, um I think Luna's value starts to drop.
that would make the most sense.
Yep.
So, any more questions? Anything left?
Todo is todo.
Es todo. All right, guys. Holy cow. That time ran fast. Holy cow. Um, thanks for joining us. We absolutely enjoyed that conversation. Um, I wish I had any more time to more comments. Christian, you have a comment real quick.
We'll see you at the tailgate on Saturday.
We will see you guys there. 7:30 kickoff against Dallas. So make sure you guys bundle up. It's going to be a cold one. And don't forget USA play Panama Thursday night. So tune into that along with Mexico, Canada as well.
Yep. Tune in. There's a lot of soccer to watch. So, Marcos, send us off.
If you guys are not already, follow us at Twitter and Instagram at the RSL Bros. Catch us wherever you listen to your podcast on Apple or Spotify, and watch us on YouTube.
Great job. We have a minute left. Holy cow. That was a lot.
We're still recording.
I know.
Oh,
Okay, guys. See you next time.
bye.
Bye.
Ciao.